Part 140. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1391. Chapter 1391. Sun Ying steps forward to attract firepower. But Sunian thought so in her heart. But the emotions in his heart still leaked out. Huo Linyuan felt happy when he saw Sunian's expression. He just said it. No matter how powerful Sunian is, she is still a woman. How could a woman be better than a man like herself? I was a little too soft-hearted before, that's why this situation happened. I cannot be soft-hearted, I must make this Sunian disappear completely. Huo Linyuan now has no sense at all. Furthermore, Huo Linyuan also felt that at this time, there was no use staying rational. When he was rational, he would deal with Sunian, but what about the consequences of dealing with Sunian? I was still kicked in the face by Sunian. Now Huo Linyuan even feels that he may be a joke to the whole world. It's really a big joke. Sunian, in your next life, you will regret what you did today. Sunian didn't have any special reaction, but Sun Ying and the others next to her couldn't hide it at all. Sun Ying walked out directly. Huo Linyuan, if you want to do something, then come directly to me, not my sister. Sun Ying's body was still trembling when she said this. The reason why this happened was that Sun Ying really didn't expect that Huo Linyuan was so heartbroken and crazy that he would actually do anything to Sunian. It's really hateful. It would have been better if Sun Ying didn't appear. The moment Sun Ying appeared, the craziness in Huo Linyuan's eyes is really getting more and more intense. Then he yelled directly at Sun Ying Sun Ying I didn't expect you to be here, but it's normal. After all, you are Sunian's dog. You will follow Sunian wherever he is. Ha ha ha, it's really okay. You don't want to take Mrs. Huo's position, but you want to be a dog. Ha ha ha, you really are okay. What does this mean? This means that being a dog to my sister is better than being a wife to you. Huo Linyuan, as a man, you really don't know how to reflect on why the situation happened. Don't you really feel ashamed? The reason why Sun Ying said this. Because he felt that Huo Linyuan's eyes were on him and he had angered this guy, so Sunian would be safe. Sun Ying also felt that with Sunian's intelligence, as long as she attracted Huo Linyuan, Sunian would definitely think of how to deal with Huo Linyuan and the matter would definitely be solved. As expected, Huo Linyuan's eyes turned red when he heard this. Damn woman, bitch, do you know what you are talking about? When Sun Ying saw Huo Linyuan's appearance now, the corners of her mouth curled up slightly. Of course I know what I am doing, ha ha ha. Huo Linyuan, actually I have always wanted to say something to you, but I just didn't find a good opportunity. Now that I finally have a chance, I really feel like I want to talk to you. The thing I regret most and feel most ashamed of in my life is that I have loved you for so many years. I really don't know what happened to my eyes in those years and why I fell in love with someone like you. Fortunately, God allowed me to my eyes have improved and I will see what kind of guy I hired you. Otherwise, I will really regret it for the rest of my life. Sun Ying has spoken to this point. If Huo Linyuan really doesn't do something, then he really is not a man. After all, there are so many people here. So many people are watching. Immediately rushed towards Sun Ying. Although Sun Ying was mentally prepared, she really didn't expect that Huo Linyuan would be so crazy and would directly attack herself. I closed my eyes immediately. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1392. Chapter 1392. Lu Jing's real man moment. But the fist of thinking did not fall on Sun Ying. Then open your eyes. Unexpectedly, I saw Lu Jing. To be precise, it was Lu Jing who stood in front of him. And Lu Jing. Just when Sun Ying couldn't help being surprised in her heart, Lu Jing's voice rang out, "Hey, Aunt Sun, don't worry," I said, Lu Jing, have no other use, but I am still a sandbag for you and my aunt. It's okay, after all, I have no use elsewhere. Lu Jing, who gave you the courage to stop me? Huo Linyuan's furious voice sounded again. Lu Jing returned his gaze to Huo Linyuan. After all, it's almost enough to take credit. It's time to get down to business now. Who gave me the courage? What kind of courage do I need to deal with you? Let me tell you that I am not afraid of you. In fact, I have never told you that I have not been free of charge during this period. I have always been there. Improve yourself, so what you are facing now is not the previous Lu Jing, but a brand new Lu Jing. I, Lu Jing, must prove to the world that I, Lu Jing, am not a useless person. I, Lu Jing. Before Lu Jing could finish speaking, Huo Linyuan punched him in the face. Lu Jing's expression suddenly changed. Lu Jing pointed at Huo Linyuan, you, how can you sneak attack? I'm not even ready. Sun Ying'er was a little touched when she saw Lu Jing blocking her in front of her and saying such words. But it looks like this now. Sun Ying'er's heart was really moved. After all, who could be moved like Lu Jing? It was really, a bit. Josu next to him couldn't help but cover his face with his hands. If Lu Jing could catch up with Sun Ying'er, it would prove that there was something wrong with his eyes, something was really wrong. No, there must be something wrong with God's brain. Then let me take a good look at what future you, a loser, have in this period of time. Huo Linyuan had only one idea in his mind right now. Then let everyone take a good look at their abilities and let these know what it would be like to go against them. But Lu Jing was able to catch Huo Linyuan's moves at first. But as time goes by, Lu Jing is becoming increasingly unbeatable. Sun Ying'er was also anxious when she saw this, Lu Jing. On the other side, the people called by Josu also came. The scene fell into a state of melee. Josu protected Sunian, and Lu Jing protected Sun Ying'er. Lu Jing, please leave me alone and leave quickly. Sun Ying'er looked at Lu Jing, who was about to be beaten until he couldn't bear it anymore, and said subconsciously. When Sun Ying'er finished speaking, Lu Jing fell directly to the ground. Seeing Lu Jing falling to the ground, Sun Ying'er's heart suddenly suffocated, and she immediately went to help Lu Jing. But before Sun Ying'er's hand touched Lu Jing directly stretched out his hand and pulled the person to his side, and Sun, hide behind me. I will never let you. Something happened. Landscape. Lu Jing directly interrupted Sun Ying'er, don't yell. If you yell like this, it will only delay my operation. I have to operate with you properly to let you know that this cheap nephew of yours is not just a cheap nephew, but a very powerful nephew. After saying this, Lu Jing rushed over again. But he was directly punched to the ground by Huo Linyuan. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1393. Chapter 1393. Huo Linyuan is really crazy. Sunian was stunned when he saw such a scene. She didn't expect it either. It will be like this. Sunian now fully understands what Huo Linyuan meant just now. This guy really wants to kill himself. It is true. After such an idea appeared, Sunian's eyes became firm. Josu, how are our people doing? Josu, all the people we arranged are here, and we can stabilize the situation for the time being. Madam, what should we do now? Should we retreat or something? Now that Mr. Lu has attracted that guy Huo Linyuan, he has attracted a lot of firepower to us. If we take this opportunity to retreat to a safe area, then your safety will be guaranteed. Josu said this. When speaking, he spoke very fast, and at the same time, he seemed worried that Sunian would not retreat because of the situation at Lu Jing's side. Josu immediately continued, I know you may be loyal, but the most important thing is that you leave to a safe area, and think of a way to solve the current situation. But when Josu finished speaking, Sunian exclaimed. She turned around and saw a man holding a stick. Madam, are you okay? There are really more and more people in Huo Linyuan. Huo Linyuan's behavior now proves that he is serious and can still say it. Ever before Huo Linyuan came here, he had already decided to do it for real. Very real. At the same time, Lu Jing was also completely beaten to the ground. Huo Linyuan's voice also sounded, ha ha ha, Sunian, Sun Ying you two bitches, I tell you, today is the time for us to resolve all our grievances. I must make everything settle. Sunian was really a little scared. After all, no one thought that Huo Linyuan would be so crazy. There were people bleeding and falling all around. Sunian realized that he might have made a mistake. But, who would have thought that this Huo Linyuan would be so heartless and crazy? It can even be said that Huo Linyuan is really crazy now, completely crazy. At this time, Huo Linyuan walked towards Sunian step by step. Sunian, it's all you. The reason why everything has come to this point is entirely because of you. If it weren't for you, then things would never have come to this point. One step, so no matter what happens to you, you are asking for it. I hope you can be a little more peaceful in your next life and not worry about so many things. Sunian was really a little scared, but she looked around and said, Huo Linyuan, don't go too far. We are in the CBD of a city now. If you really do something to me, then both of us will almost, it can be said that the entire army will be wiped out. But when Huo Linyuan heard these words from Sunian, the smile on his face became more and more arrogant. Ha ha ha, you are still saying this now, Sunian, are you scared? If you are scared, then just say it directly, I can understand your fear, after all, everyone is afraid, this is normal, super normal. But I really hate you. I hate that you didn't listen to me seriously just now. Even though you are so annoying, my heart is still good. I can repeat it to you again. Every time Huo Linyuan said a word, his eyes became more and more serious. The truth is always in the eyes of the winner. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1394. Chapter 1394 Sunian, go to hell. As long as you die, I have many ways to solve this problem. Haha, Sunian, you are also the daughter of the Su family, you should understand this. After Huo Linyi said this, the men in black around him took out their knives. That's right, it's a knife. Sunian really didn't expect that Huo Linyuan would be like this. How bold. At this moment, Sun Ying'er's voice sounded, Lu Jing, are you okay? The reason why Sun Ying'er over there was shouting like this was entirely because someone had just tried to hurt her with a knife, but Lu Jing pushed her away at the critical moment. Helped her take such a stabbing. Even though Lu Jing suffered such a stabbing, he was not afraid at all, and son, don't be afraid. I have told you several times, I am here, I am here. Don't be afraid. As long as I in front of you, you will never be harmed. Sun Ying'er burst into tears when she looked at Lu Jing. She really didn't expect that Lu Jing would be like this. Sunian's heart suddenly tightened when he saw Sun Ying'er's appearance. Ha ha ha, Sunian, how are you feeling now? Do you regret it now? I tell you, it is useless for you to regret it. I will let you disappear from this world and let Sun Ying'er disappear from this world. Let everyone understand that I, Huo Linyuan, am the most correct. Huo Linyuan took the knife directly from the hand of the man next to him and rushed towards Sunian. Josu stood directly in front of Sunian. "Madam, go quickly, but after Josu said this, Huo Linyuan came directly to attack. Josu subconsciously avoided it. Huo Linyuan also took advantage of this moment to kick Josu away hard. Now Huo Linyuan is very clear about his goal. He knows that what he is doing now is to let Sunian die, and he cannot let other people divert his attention now. Although Huo Linyuan was crazy at the moment, he also knew that the place he was currently in was a downtown area, so even if he had the ability to kill Sunian, he would not be able to succeed if Sunian was not dead when the police came. I must take advantage of this opportunity and seize the time to let this Sunian die. As long as Sunian dies, Li Baikan will be able to collapse, and he will have less trouble. As long as Sunian dies, Sunian will die completely. Sunian, go to hell." Sunian was still a little scared when he saw the manic Huo Linyuan. Just step back step by step. Of course, Sunian's retreat was not entirely out of fear, but because he was waiting for an opportunity. You must know that Sunian is not an ordinary woman. She was not the kind of woman who had never seen anything. She backed away and looked scared. "Huo Linyuan, you are crazy, you are really crazy. Even if you have more rights, then you still have no power, you can't do this. Don't you know that if you do something to me on the spot, public opinion will not let you go, and the entire Huo family will. That's enough. I've said it many times. I'm not afraid. Why don't you believe it yet? Ha ha ha, are you afraid now? Have you run out of moves? Ha ha ha, I really didn't expect that you are usually super capable. People have become like this. Instead of talking nonsense here, you might as well kowtow to me and beg for mercy." End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1395. Chapter 1395. You must not fail. I'm not afraid, haha, I kowtow to you and beg for mercy. You captured my son, and you still want me to kowtow to you and beg for mercy. You are dreaming, and I still have some brains. I know that even if I really kowtow to you and beg for mercy, then you will never let me go. Sunian said while looking around with the corner of his eyes. Sunian's heart was really in her throat at this moment. Damn it! God, do you really want to kill me? Sunian still hopes that he can see a little hope, and at the same time, he also bets that the police in this world can be a little more normal. Be able to arrive quickly. Sunian, since you are still so stubborn, then I will let you understand the so-called price of being stubborn. Huo Linyuan took a few steps quickly and immediately slashed at Sunian. Sunian immediately dodged away. Huo Linyuan then slashed at him again, but Sunian also dodged. He, is this what you are capable of? Huo Linyuan, are you just good at threatening? You can't do anything else. Ha ha ha, you really scared me to death just now. I thought you were really big ability, but I didn't expect you to be like this, which really makes me a little disappointed. Sunian mocked directly. Sunian was certainly not mocking Huo Linyuan for no reason. The reason for this was that he saw Sun Ying'er holding a knife and slowly attacking Huo Linyuan from behind. The two have been together for so long. There was a tacit understanding immediately. Sunian, Huo Linyuan yelled and rushed towards Sunian. At this moment, Huo Linyuan was like an out-of-control bull. Completely ignore it. Although Sunian escaped this time, he was slightly injured. She covered the wound and cursed in her heart, because Huo Linyuan's position was wrong and it was not suitable for Sun Ying'er to make a sneak attack. At this moment, Sunian saw the dagger next to him. Sunian, I originally wanted to give you a good time, but I didn't expect that at this time, your mouth would still be so mean. Since you are so mean, then let me understand what it means to live but not to die. Sunian laughed directly when he heard this. Please, brother, can you be more logical? Although you have a slight advantage now, you can't brag blindly. In this situation, can you make me want to live but not die? You can't kill me now, for such a basic thing. Huo Linyuan's eyes are really getting redder and redder. It's really super red. The kind of red that really wants to kill people. You. Huo Linyuan charged again. Sunian saw that Sun Ying'er behind Huo Linyuan also started to charge and could no longer stop. Since this is the case, Sunian has no intention of stopping this time. Instead stand directly. Huo Linyuan's knife struck hard. Sunian knew very well what situation she was facing now. Of course she couldn't just let it go, nor would she let Sun Ying'er miss. After all, Huo Linyuan is crazy now. If Sun Ying'er really misses, then if he sees it, it may endanger Sun Ying'er. She would never let anything happen to her sister. Absolutely not. As Huo Linyuan got closer and closer, Sunian's heart suddenly hung in the air. She knew very clearly that this opportunity must not fail. Cannot fail. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1396. Chapter 1396. Everything is settled. Just when Huo Linyuan was about to stab her. It can be said that it is, just a little bit short of time. Sunian took advantage of this flash of lightning and grabbed Huo Linyuan's arm. Yes, he grabbed Huo Linyuan. She used a lot of strength. Sister, Sunian shouted. Sun Ying'er used her strength and stabbed the knife into Huo Linyuan's body. Huo Linyuan's body suddenly stiffened. But at this critical moment, Huo Linyuan actually stabbed Sunian with the knife in his backhand. Nian Nian, Sun Ying'er shouted. Sunian and Huo Linyuan fell to the ground at the same time. Huo Linyuan laughed and said, even if I die with you today, I will never let you go. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you, things wouldn't be like this. It's all you. Why do you want to live in this world, superior? In his last life, Mo Bao took care of Huo Linyuan. Sunian was also old at the time. Just leave everything to Mo Bao. So I have never seen what Huo Linyuan, the so-called destiny male protagonist, looks like when he loses. Thinking about it now, it makes up for the regret. Sunian, no matter what price I pay today, even if it's the price of my life, I will keep you here. After Huo Linyuan said this, he wanted to stand up. Sun Ying'er rushed over again and stabbed the knife into Huo Linyuan's body. Huo Linyuan grabbed the dagger with his backhand, and then pulled Sun Ying'er directly in front of him. Why do you, a woman, do this to me? I told you a long time ago that I would marry you, and you are my Mrs. Huo. Why aren't you satisfied? What on earth did Sunian give you, and why do you have to be so determined? Tell me, what did Sunian give you to make you like this? Tell me. If you tell me, then I will definitely give you double the amount, or even several times. When Sun Ying'er heard this, she laughed directly. Haha, what did Sunian give me? I also want to know what he gave me. Maybe it gave me hope in life, letting me know that I don't need to rely on anyone in my life. You only need to rely on yourself to have a good life. When Huo Linyuan screamed out these two names, there were a lot of alarm bells ringing around. Li Baikan also ran over quickly. When Li Baikan saw Sunian like this, he really felt that the blood in his body ran cold. He immediately ran to Sunian's side. Then he held her tightly in his arms. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I lied to you and made you hurt. I clearly told you, I'm sorry. Li Baikan hugged Sunian tightly. The moment Sunian was held in the man's arms, the stone in her heart seemed to fall to the ground. Suddenly I wanted to cry. But I don't know why I cry. Lee Baiken feels a little regretful now. He regrets why he hesitated and why he made that so-called rational decision but didn't follow that decision. When he thought of this, Lee Baiken looked at Huo Linyuan with murderous eyes. Huo Linyuan, you are finished. Now everyone in the world knows that you can transfer related government projects to others for your own selfish interests. It's completely they have not gone through the proper channels, and the Huo group will suffer disaster because of your behavior. When Lee Baiken said this, Sunian was really tired, indescribably tired. She rested her head on Lee Baiken's arms. I am so tired. Lee Baiken lowered his head and kissed her forehead. Go to sleep, I will take care of the rest, and I will take care of the rest. Have a good rest. When you wake up, you will see me, and I will take care of the rest with our children. It is over after all. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1397. Chapter 1397 Impulsive Bad Guy. Huo Group privately trades official projects. Didn't pay attention to legal issues at all. Moreover, the president of the Huo Group attacked people in the street, causing a bad impact, and there was also the incident of forging official seals. These incidents one by one put the entire Huo family into a major crisis. The most important thing is, Huo Linyuan, the backbone of the Huo Group, is still in prison and face significant criminal prosecution. Such a situation makes the Huo family completely leaderless. So now all the families and all the companies are attacking the Huo family. Just to be able to take a hard bite on the Huo family and bite off a piece of meat. Lee's group. Mr. Qian sat in front of Lee Baiken. Ha ha ha, how did our play go? I'm a very good uncle. You don't call me uncle for nothing. Lee Baiken nodded. Uncle Qian, I'm lucky to have you this time. Huo Group, are you interested? If you are interested, I will give him to you. Really? This is a big piece of meat. Mr. Qian didn't expect Lee Baiken to be so generous. Lee Baiken was very calm. This is indeed a piece of meat, and it is very fatty meat, but it is a very disgusting piece of meat to me. If Uncle Qian is really not interested in a piece of meat, then I will not take action. Mr. Qian thought for a moment. Then he said, okay, since you said that, I'm not polite. After all, we are still a family. There is no difference between what I eat and what you eat. Uncle Qian is right. Okay, I won't keep you here anymore. I'd better go. You probably have something else to be busy with. Lee Baiken didn't say anything. That's right, Mr. Qian is a bureau. After Mr. Qian left, Lin Na came in. Lin Na did not speak immediately after she came in, but looked at the door deeply. Huo Linyuan never thought that money is always the bait you let out. Hey, Mr. Lee, you are worthy of being the final winner. But you're not much surprised. In general, it's not much. After all, Mr. Lee, you have already purged the General Lee group before. If there are any people with different intentions, you will definitely purge them. Otherwise, the previous turmoil was not in vain. Lin Na sat down. When she arrived in front of Lee Baiken, this was what she thought of later. Lee Baiken is not an ordinary person. Once he initiates cleaning, he will definitely clean it completely and there will definitely not be any residue left. So there must be something wrong with the money. Maybe it was Lee Baiken who released the money. Facts have proved that I guessed it right. Lin Na thought about it carefully. If Huo Linyuan hadn't been completely disturbed by Sunian, he might not have understood this. Hey, impulsive bad guy. Ms. Lin, we can be considered a family. I will help you eat the Luo family you want, but I hope you can be more calm. After all, we are family friends. I don't want the old man to lose a playmate. You are a smart man. Woman, I think you understand what I mean. Lin Na certainly understands what this means. But thinking about it carefully, Lin Na felt that she still needed to thank Luo Qian properly. If Luo Qian hadn't been so disgusting, then he wouldn't have found Li Baikan. If he hadn't found Li Baikan and had a temporary kick, then he might be in a miserable situation now. Thinking of that disgusting guy Luo Qian, Lin Na's eyes deepened. My old man has such a good relationship with your old man, of course I understand. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Zhang Word. Chapter 1398. Chapter 1398. Lu Jing can't feel anything? When Lu Jing saw Li Baikan coming, the whole person felt at ease. I fainted all of a sudden. I don't know how long it took before Lu Jing slowly opened his eyes. Immediately I saw the snow-white ceiling and the pungent smell of disinfectant. Lu Jing, are you awake? Are you uncomfortable? Where do you feel uncomfortable? If you feel uncomfortable somewhere, tell me and I will call the doctor now. Lu Jing looked aside when he heard this. As expected, I saw Sun Ying'er's anxious look. Seeing the anxious look on Sun Ying'er's face, Lu Jing couldn't help but feel happy. Sun Ying'er frowned when she saw Lu Jing actually starting to giggle. What's wrong with you? Why are you laughing? What's so funny? I'm telling you serious things. What's so funny about you? I feel that you care about me. I really didn't expect that you would actually care about me and care about me. Woohoo, I'm so touched. I really didn't expect that I would be treated like this. These words really made Sun Ying'er not know what to say. Can't help but laugh too. This Lu Jing is really stupid. You have suffered such serious injuries because of me. If I don't care about you, then am I still a human being? Is there any so-called humanity? That's what should be done, what I should do. Didn't I say that you and my aunt are my aunts, and I will definitely protect you? It can even be said that protection is my responsibility. If at that time if I don't protect you, then I really am not a man, and I even look down on myself. Sun Ying'er felt relieved when she saw Lu Jing like this. After all, judging from Lu Jing's appearance, there must be nothing wrong with this Lu Jing. You must know that if Lu Jing's body really had a problem, he would not be so energetic. Hey, Nian really wanted to insult you at the beginning. I really didn't expect that you really treat us as ants and treat us like this. Lu Jing, sometimes, I really don't know what to say. But when Lu Jing heard this, his body suddenly stiffened. He wanted to say, I don't regard her as my aunt, but... Even Lu Jing felt that if he didn't say it, Sun Ying'er would really think so in his heart, he really wouldn't have any possibility. But what should I say? At this time, Lu Jing realized something was wrong. The reason why I say this is because Lu Jing wanted to move at this time, but found that he couldn't. It can even be said that his body has no consciousness. How can you be unconscious? What happened? When he realized this, Lu Jing became anxious. Sun Ying'er saw Lu Jing like this and asked, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why is my body unconscious? Why can't I feel my body? I have no feeling at all. Why not? Am I disabled? My brain is not good to begin with. If I am really paralyzed, then what will happen to me? My life is really over. Sun Ying'er suddenly became anxious after hearing these words from Lu Jing. Lu Jing, stop talking. Nothing will happen to you. I won't let anything happen to you. But I really can't move at all, I can't feel my body. Why is this happening? Don't worry, really don't worry, it won't be anything, it really won't be anything. I'm going to call the doctor now. End of this chapter. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1399. Chapter 1399. The guilt will eventually run out. But there is no feeling, no awareness. For an adult man, this is a bolt from the blue, no matter how bad Lu Jing's brain is. As he watched Sun Ying leaving, the panic in his heart really grew. "And son, can you please not go, don't leave me, and don't despise me." When Lu Jing said this, he used all his strength to raise his hand. To be honest, Lu Jing really didn't expect that one day it would be so difficult to raise his hand. It's really difficult. Sun Ying who was originally going to go find a doctor, stopped immediately when she heard Lu Jing's words. When I turned around and saw him raising his hand with difficulty, I immediately lost my composure. Then he went straight back and held Lu Jing's hand. "Lu Jing, stop talking, you won't have any problems, I will never let anything happen to you, don't worry, I will definitely not let you have any problems, I will make you well, no matter what the cost, I will make you well." But when Lu Jing heard this, he was not comforted. "I know that many people look down on me and even think that I am a fool. I really know this in my heart. If I really die, what will others think of me? Don't worry, I won't let such a thing happen. I will definitely cure you, Lu Jing. You didn't keep saying that I am your aunt. Since you call me aunt, then I will definitely be responsible for you for the rest of your life." Lu Jing's expression became worse and worse. "And son, although I am stupid, I also understand that you are lying to me and coaxing me. Even if you did not coax me, we are not related by blood. Even if I call you aunt, you are not my real aunt. As time goes by, let alone take responsibility, even if I want to see you, I won't be able to see you." The more Lu Jing talked, the more he felt depressed. He really didn't know what he had done wrong and why God wanted to do this to me. After all, there is a saying that there is no filial son in bed for a long time. Woo, my life is finished. And son, if you really regard me as your nephew in your heart, then you can give me a break, okay? I don't want to live in this world like this. Sun Ying really didn't expect that the more this guy talked, the more outrageous he became. It could even be said that he was outrageously outrageous. "Okay, stop talking so much nonsense. I can do it as I say. No matter what happens to you in the rest of your life, I will be responsible for it and I will not abandon you. Thank you, and son, you are really a good person." Lu Jing's behavior really made Sun Ying a little crazy. She felt as if she had been scratched by a cat, and it was an indescribable feeling. This feeling is really weird, very weird, super weird. Especially the way Lu Jing's mood is getting lower and lower, it really makes people a little speechless. When Sun Ying suddenly became emotional, she immediately went up and grabbed Lu Jing's clothes, and then pulled him up. Sun Ying have never meant what I say. I can tell you clearly now, no matter how you are, what will it be like, but I will be responsible for you in this life and for the rest of your life." But when Lu Jing heard this, he became more and more depressed. Then Lu Jing said with a sad face, "And son, although I am stupid, I understand very well that you sympathize with me now and feel a little guilty for me, thinking that I am like this because of you. If you really are like this, if you are thinking about it, then I hope you don't have to be like this, because your guilt is temporary, and you will one day." End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1400. Chapter 1400. The problem of anesthetics. Lu Jingyu said this. Sun Ying's anger became even greater. He immediately yelled at Lu Jing, "What do you mean, am I such a person? You will believe me only if you want me to do something. This is a fact. No matter how stupid I am, I still know that, and son, if you are really good for me, then give me a good time. I don't want to live in this world like this, I really want to have a good time. If I disappear from this world quickly, I really don't want to live a life worse than death. You brainless guy, if you can't speak, then just shut your mouth and stop talking so much nonsense. When Sun Ying'er said this, the ends of her eyes couldn't help but start to turn red. I have no brains, but and son, can you really guarantee it? The guarantee you said is all nonsense, completely. Lu Jing, what do I need to do to make you believe in me? Just say it and I will do it right away. At this moment, the emotions of the two people seemed to have reached a peak. Especially Lu Jing, who originally had a lot of panic about the future. Let alone now. So Lu Jing's stubborn temper started to rise, so he said directly, Sun Ying'er, don't talk so nicely. If that's the case, come with something practical. Come with something practical to prove your words. Sun Ying'er also responded directly, okay, if it comes to practicality, then it will be practical. You just need to say how to be practical, and then I will do it. No matter what I say, you will do it? Yes, no matter what you say, as long as you can say it, then I will do it, I will definitely do it. After hearing this, Lu Jing said directly, okay, if that's the case, then if you have the ability, marry me, and let us be tied together for the rest of our lives. Do you have the ability? I have. Lu Jing is really a bit broken now and doesn't care about anything. What I said is true. Are you really willing to marry me? You are willing to marry me, a loser, and take care of me, a loser, and me, a loser, for the rest of your life are the waists tied together. After Lu Jing finished speaking, Sun Ying'er did not speak. Instead, he kissed Lu Jing's lips directly. That's right, it's direct. Lu Jing's eyes widened when he was manipulated like this by Sun Ying'er. At this moment, there was only one thought in Lu Jing's mind. His first kiss is gone. It's really gone. At this moment, the ward door opened. A voice rang out, I'm sorry, Mr. Lu, I want to ask you, has your anesthetic strength worn off? After this voice sounded, the eyes of the two people suddenly became clear. Sun Ying'er's hand suddenly relaxed. Put Lu Jing directly on the bed. Anesthetic, yes, anesthetic. When the nurse saw the two people like this, she realized something, and then asked cautiously, well, did I come at the wrong time? If I came at the wrong time, then I will come back later. No, you came at the right time, keep talking, Sun Ying'er said directly. The nurse continued after seeing what Sun Ying'er said. Talking about various precautions. But the two of them obviously had no intention of listening. The nurse also noticed it, so she just said, I'll ask again later, and left directly. Leaving two people here is really as embarrassing as it gets. It can really be said that there is that kind of indescribable embarrassment. Sun Ying'er even felt like she couldn't stay any longer and wanted to go out. But at this moment, Lu Jing's voice sounded, ahem, do you still take what you just said seriously? This can really be said to mean that both of them have stopped moving. End of this chapter.